Should. I was surprised about the turnout. Things we learned, how to read your tie sizes and the specifications, the lights on the instrument cluster. You know how in Ghana we call every SUV, almost every SUV V8. Once it's a big size or Land Cruiser, we call it V8.
Yeah.
But that's wrong. So the V is the shape or configuration of the engine, and the 8 stands for the number of chambers. So you can have a V6 or a V8 in a very small car like the E350 or the very small sedan.
Okay.
So the V8 is not a name of a vehicle or a type of a vehicle. It's just an engine size. Just a little things that we learned during the workshops and came very handy.
So this was a beginner's workshop, right?
This is beginner's workshop using beginner's language, beginner's illustrations, beginners. For everyone to understand.
What made you start doing this? Or was it just it was always going to be part of the plan? Or, how did you get into workshops specifically? What made you be like, it's more than this now?
I realized that there's a big disconnect between what we learn in class and what goes on the field.
Okay.
So we have some mechanical students learning carburetor engines, when now, even in Ghana, we don't have carburetor engine vehicles. The world has moved past it. Or we learn something, let me even bring it to the normal world. We learn something, textbook, economics. I go to the field, realize that, I need some training at the bank to understand what was taught.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. Also, I wanted women to have an interest in what they drive. Like when you wake up in the morning, there are some basics that you want to check. Once you feel your car is too manly or it's too mechanical or it's too intimidating, you wouldn't even bother checking.
Yeah.
You'd just be driving the car until it stops. Oh, Kwame, oh, coffee, if I'm a car. But if you had just learnt about it or do it yourself, you don't have to rely on anybody. So that was it, just to make women understand this and to make them realize that, learn about your vehicles, it shouldn't be about, very easy. Yes.
So I think it's very important, and I'm very glad that there's a space like that and that you're advocating for it. It's amazing.
There is.
And wow.
There is.
Do you have plans to do more? Is there any coming up anytime soon? Because I know we just missed one.
Yes, we did. Plans to do more, yes. There's been calls for more. I'll tell you what, some people, I had a lady coming from Tamale to attend this workshop.
All the way from Tamale to Accra?
All the way. She booked the flights from Tamale to come to the workshop. I had a lactating mother. Her husband, we came with their 5-month-old baby just to attend this workshop. There's been calls to expand this. So, yes, we will take it to as many regions in Ghana, take it to as many institutions in Ghana. The plan is to do this, replicate this over and over, and to build up. So it could be beginners in mechanics, it could be beginners in how to maintain your paint and how to wash your vehicle the right way. However, we need sponsorship. It's tough getting sponsorship now in this part of the world, but once people get to understand how relevant this workshop or these programs are, I'm sure they'll jump on it. So yes, we require a lot of sponsorship. This was done free of charge. So you can imagine the overheads, the logistics.
Yeah. We
need help. If I'm going to keep on doing this for free, I definitely will need help.
Definitely. So how can people reach out to you? How can, if somebody's interested in the Shecanic brand, in helping with workshops, how can they reach out to you?
Oh, so I am on Instagram. I'm very engaging. I respond to my DMs very quickly.
Is it you?
Well, it's me.
It's you.
I try to add a personal touch to every message that comes through. So it's important I don't detach myself from the people, the brand and the people that want to reach out to me. So yes, I do it myself. So Shecanic_GH on Instagram, Shecanic on Facebook, and Shecanic GH all across. So Threads, LinkedIn, TikTok. I don't know how I'm able to sustain that. On TikTok, it's Shecanic GH.
Okay, you guys heard it here first. That's Shecanic GH on everything. And I want to say a big thank you that Shecanic came here today.
Thank you.
Because I've learned something new.
Oh.
I learned I only knew 2 car parks.